When I was a little kid, I remember my father getting really angry at me one day. And I remember saying to him, "How do you know how to be a father anyway? You never even had one." He picked me up and slammed me down on the kitchen counter, pinching the skin of my legs, and said, "Don't you ever talk about him again." And for a long time, we didn't. So instead of talking, I've been trying to listen more lately. And I think I listened to my father the weekend we went to New York a few summers ago. I listened to the slap of his palm on the pink handball as he showed me the court off Avenue P he went undefeated on 52 years ago. The subway train he took into Stuyvesant from Brooklyn. The corners and blocks where he popped chrome carrots off of Chevy Bel Airs with a screwdriver and pocketed them. The house where his mother lifted his coat off the chair to hang it up and heard them jingle. The front yard where his father, the court clerk, upon hearing of the theft, almost turned him in, then refused to talk to him. The hospital where his father went weeks later, still not talking, where there were no phones in patient rooms and where children weren't allowed to visit. The blood clot that had traveled up his father's leg and into his heart. The living room that my father came home to one afternoon after school during one of those weeks, full of men and women wearing black and with plates of food, sitting Shiva. How he never said goodbye, and how his father never said, "It's okay," or "I still love you." I listened as we drove to the graveyard that summer and watched as he tried to find the grave. He had no idea where it was. And when we finally got there to spread his mother's ashes on his father's grave, he cried for two. But I just cried for him. And then I remember a few years earlier at an office party that my father took me to. His secretary told me that when he, the CEO of the company, takes a stamp from her drawer to send me a letter, he later puts the exact change on her desk. I had been so wrong. You always had a father. He never left.